guys, it's Sheri Ann Richerson from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, SheriAnnRicherson.com, and biannualblogthonbash.com. And today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the brand new Cricut Mug Press. I picked this up at Joann Fabric and Crafts this morning. It was $199. I also picked up some Cricut heat tape, and I picked up 4 boxes of the Cricut 15-ounce mugs. These were buy one, get one. So I paid for 2 boxes and I got 2 boxes free, which was a really good deal. And they had one open, but they said that it was taped up and that they couldn't get the mug or anything out because it was glued. And these are supposed to be sealed inside. So we're just going to open one up and see. I know they sold out in like 28 minutes last night, I heard online. And they said that just every place was sold out. I had gone to Home Shopping Network and they were supposed to have their premiere. It wasn't there. The fact is, if you search, you can't even find it now. And it was on their site. So I'm not sure what has happened with that. But Cricut sold out. I heard Walmart sold out. I heard Joann's online sold out. Now, I don't know if that's true because when I looked, I could see it, and it said there was 9 of these at the Marion Joann store. So, and I'm in Marion, Indiana, for those of you that don't know. So, if you want to take a little drive, they've got this taped on the sides, too. If you want to take a little drive here, if you can't find them at your store, they certainly have plenty here, at least this morning. I was actually the first person in the store to buy one this morning. So that was pretty exciting. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you open it up. It says, "Open Me." Those of you familiar with Cricut products know that they all come with one of these little packets. So we're gonna open this up and see what's inside. Okay, it's a get started guide, encouraging you to activate your product. A little bit of information about it. There is the warranty statement and important safety instructions. So let's go through those. Warning: risk of injury, fire, and electric shock. Okay. I kind of figures that. Machine operates at a high temperature that can cause burns or other injury. Machine mug chamber is hot during use. Use with extreme caution. Use in a well-ventilated area. Vapors from a heating process may be irritating to sensitive individuals. There's a possibility of skin irritation, and if that happens, you wash immediately with soap and water. You, of course, don't want to get this in your eyes. If you do, you need to flush with water. And if any of the irritations persist, of course, seek medical attention. There is a risk of electric shock. Do not open, modify, or otherwise tamper with the machine. And always turn machine off before plugging or unplugging from the electrical outlet. Never pull the cord to disconnect machine from the electrical outlet. Okay. Oh, there's stuff on the back too. Connect to properly grounded outlets only to protect against risk of electric shock. Before cleaning machine, unplug and cool completely. Only clean with a soft cloth, dampened with glass cleaner or water. Do not immerse in water or use in wet conditions. It is intended for household and indoor use only. And there's a whole list of safe use practices on here. So I know that's kind of blurring out. I'm not going to go through everything. I just wanted to hit a few of the highlights, especially since this is my first time using this particular machine. Okay. Now, this is what they was talking about. The machine is wrapped quite well, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and get my scissors and just poke right over here at the top where there's nothing that I can hit and tear this wrapping off, this shrink wrap. So there we go. This is what it looks like inside on the back. And I'm going to set that down here. I did already have one of the Cricut heat mats that you use with your heat press. So if you don't have one, you do need to buy one of those. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. We have a USB cord and an electrical cord. So I hate when they put these wraps on these cords. I mean, I know why they do it, but they're just really difficult to get off. So that's what the electrical cord looks like. Let's plug in the electrical cord. And get this off the USB cord. It also goes on the back. And I was really hoping this did not have to plug into a computer, but I guess we are going to see. Let's see. Well, unless I totally missed that. Okay, let's get started. Okay, it wants me to activate my product, which I'm not going to do right now. Those are not very good instructions, I'm going to say. But anyway, since I'm obviously going to have to look up some extra information, can you tell how thrilled I am about that? I'm going to go ahead and open the mugs, and we'll take a look at what the mugs look like. Now, I went with 15 ounce because I feel like a lot of people like larger mugs. And so since I was going to do this, I might as well get the better deal. They did have 11 ounce mugs, and they did have single packages if you don't want two. But again, these are going to make really great gifts. This is what the box looks like when it's open. I'm just going to pull one of these out. Okay, very well wrapped, so that's good. There you go. Very, very nice. Of course, they say Cricut on the bottom. No surprise there. Genuine Cricut products. I guess you could put a sticker over that if that bothers you. But, you know, it seems like it would be okay. I mean, a lot of people don't look at the bottom. It is definitely sublimated on. So there's no sticker that you can just, you know, peel off or anything. And I'm not sure how you would get sublimated ink off. So I guess you could do a dark color sublimation about that size and print it if you're printing it. I have a sublimation printer, so I can do that. So I guess that I could print something that was dark on the bottom that would cover this up. If you're using infusible ink, I know there's dark colored infusible inks. I don't know if the infusible ink layers okay or not, so don't ask me about that. It does seem like you can print on it, but again, you know, I haven't tried. I did not get a bundle. I just got the machine and the mug press, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to take a moment, and I'm actually going to go do some research now that I have this open, and I'm going to see how to use this, and then I'll be right back to show you my very first attempt at using the new Cricut Mug Press. Okay, so I have to tell you, I have had a really stressful afternoon. I had to go exchange my mug press because the first mug press I got would not work. and it would not register. So I had to go exchange it. So what I'm going to do here, I have some rubbing alcohol, and I am going to, first of all, I have my heat press on. I'm going to gently wipe the whole surface of this mug. This is to remove any fingerprints or anything like that. And I'm just going to sit here and let it dry for a minute, because we certainly don't want it wet. Now, Cricut did suggest that you use a lint roller. I don't happen to have a lint roller, so I'm just going to let this sit here. Anyway, my first Cricut Mug Press would not register. So I called Cricut. I got a hold of a very nice man named Dave. And basically, if they won't register, there's nothing that they can do to help you, because of course it has to be registered. So that was very frustrating. Since I had just bought this at Joann's this morning, Cricut was able to arrange with me to go back to Joann's and do an exchange, which is something they do not normally do. Cricut is going to send our Joann's a replacement. And by the way, I'm cutting some heat tape because I'm going to have to heat tape this here in a minute. I know that this mug press has to heat up and all that, and that's what it's doing. While that is happening, I really need to move this out of the way so you guys can see. I'm so sorry. I'm very frustrated. Okay, so I have my mug and I have my design, and what I want to do is line this up on the mug. I want it down towards the bottom, down kind of flush with the bottom, as flush as I can get it. And I want it kind of centered, because I don't want it like where one side is closer than the other, if I can do this. So let me see here. Okay. Let me try this. This may not be perfect, and I'm okay with that if it's not. I mean, it's my first try, you know? Okay. This seems really, really hot. Okay. So I have this lifted up. I want to position this in here in a way that all of the paper is covered. I'm going to have to come around front. All the paper is covered, and the mug handle sticks out like this. So they said to do it kind of at an angle, so you don't have any of this, you know, pressing up, because you certainly don't want that. And then just, oh my gosh, this is so scary. I'm doing this the first time. And then we're just going to wait for it to beep and tell us it's done. And then I'm going to remove it by the handle, because the mug itself is going to be very hot. So I'm going to remove it by the handle, and I'm going to set it on here, and it has to set for 30 minutes or until it's cool. I read someplace 30 minutes, but it says until it's completely cool. And then I could take the paper out. So it is definitely beeping at me. So that must mean it is done. I'm going to lift it up. And again, just take it out like this and set it over here and let it cool. And I will be back to show you what all this looks like. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to add to this. Before you can plug this in, there is this little plastic piece on the end of the cord that I wanted to alert you to that you do need to remove. Also, I am not using the Cricut Infusible ink on this mug. I am using actual Sublimation ink and a design that I printed using Sublimation ink. I did mess up on the video part that I put on this. The light, and I don't know if I can show you. Okay, there we go. This light has to be green, so you do have to preheat your press. As soon as this light turns green, you can put your mug in, and you can lower your side piece. And then there are little white lights right above this green button, and they progress. And when they are all lit up all the way across, because they light up one at a time and they kind of flash a little bit before they go solid, then it will beep, and that's when you take your mug out. So I did redo this because about halfway through that first time, I got a red flashing light. I don't know what that means, but I did redo my mug. You can see the heat tape. I try not to have the heat tape touch the design. Sometimes it happens, and this is the first mug that I've done, but on shirts and things, I've had it where it has touched some of the ink and it's been fine. So I'm hoping this is the same on the mugs. Like I said, this is very, very hot. So I'm going to give it some time to sit here and kind of cool down, because it said to make sure it was cool. Yeah, that's definitely still too hot. It said to make sure it was completely cool. The other thing, this is the Cricut heat mat for the Easy Press 2 that I have here. And you want to be sure that you have this on a heat resistant surface. This mat is actually sitting on a wooden table because, again, you're dealing with a lot of heat. I did notice a bit of a smell when I opened everything up and I started to remove the mug. So make sure your ventilation is good, because even though it says it doesn't put off much of a smell, it actually does. Now, I may be a little more sensitive than most people, but you know, again, I'm just trying to test to see if this has cooled enough yet. The other thing I wanted to mention, the difference between this mug press and some of the bigger ones that you can buy that are like the all-in-ones. This one actually has a heating element down in the bottom of it. So the bottom of your mug gets heated. The mug gets heated all the way through. Just even touching it up here, I can feel heat still. So I definitely want to let this cool down. I'm so excited. I don't want to let it cool down, but you know, we have to follow the directions because I don't want to mess this mug up. The handle is cool. So, you know, that's a good thing. You could use a pair of heat resist gloves if you're worried about it. And so I will be back when this mug is actually cooled and I can remove the design, so we can see if the double press or anything messed anything up, or if we've got a mug that looks like I intended it to. Okay guys, the mug is not completely cold, and ideally I should have left it set a little longer, but I'm excited. It's cold enough that I can touch it, so here we go. I'm going to start with a little piece of this tape that has started peeling, and I know you guys can't see this, and I'm so sorry. There we go. I'm going to start with a little piece of this heat tape, and I'm just going to roll it off of there. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Now, if you're using sublimation, seeing some of this on your sub paper is perfectly normal. Sometimes you'll see a little more than others, but let's see what this mug looks like. Oh guys, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I did it on both sides. And it says, let your heart be your compass. So super cute. I did want to tell you, when you do your design, you want to mirror your design for mugs. So I really like that. I wish I would have made it a little bit taller so it would have actually touched the top and bottom. But I used the Cricut template on this instead of doing my own measurements. So if you want it to touch the top and bottom, you'll want to take your own measurements and not just use their templates. But like I said, I think it's fine for what it is for my first try. I really do like it. And I love that the design is on both sides. It's different on both sides. So, anyway, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this Cricut Mug Press. But if you get one, my advice is unbox it and try to register it right away. So if you run into a problem like what I did, you can get a hold of Cricut. We can let them know that there is a problem and that it just wasn't a fluke, because mine could have been a fluke. And then, you know, they can look into it and get you set up with a new mug press instead of leaving it set and potentially having a problem that they may not be willing to fix. So anyway, guys, please subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. Definitely go get you a mug press. Thanks for watching and have a great night.